Welcome to Jay and Kenya's weight loss journey, real life. This is episode 5. Today is February the 6th. It's been 1 month since we have started our weight loss journey. And so we started our weight loss journey on January the 9th of this year. And Jay's weight was 317 pounds. And my weight was 173 pounds. As of today, our weights are, so we're going to save that a little bit later, okay?
I thought I was geared to tell my weight.
Yeah, I know, so did they. But,
whatever you say, let's go.
Today we're going to be talking about ditching the diet. We're going to focus on a lot about the dietary behaviors on this episode. We will go ahead and recap over the week on our goals that we had. So, Jay, how did you do for your dietary goals this week?
I know last week I said I was going to track my food and actually use the MyFitness app. I did find my password, but it won't through the week. It was like at the end of the week. So I did not necessarily know if I met my 2,000 calories or my 150 carbohydrates. I didn't meet this goal this past week.
Okay. My dietary goal was to stay between 1,400 to 1,600 calories, and I did not meet this goal. So my average caloric intake was 1,679 calories, and I stayed between 68 grams. I averaged 68 grams of carbs for the week. So I increased my physical activity a lot. I averaged 7 hours and 1 minute of physical activity through the week. So I walked about an hour almost a day. Only one day I did not exercise, and that was on Sunday. You know, we all gotta have a day of rest, right?
No.
Okay. So maybe not.
Now, my hours calculated was like 3 hours and 45 minutes, but it said 8 sessions. But I know I did at least 45 minutes each day of walking or some form of exercise. I did Leslie Sansone walk a couple days.
Yeah, I did that as well.
So I had a few different, I incorporated something different as far as my exercise. I met that goal.
Okay, how about your behavior modifications?
Which one was the behavior modification?
Well, my behavior modifications, while he's looking for his, were to use the food measurements and tools, the scales, and I continue to use that. So I met that.
I know I said I was going to use the scales, but that's time consuming. So, you know, I kind of like guesstimated. Not even estimated, guesstimated it. So for this, my original stuff was to stay and avoid places that I snack and get stuff. I was able to do that for every day of the week except for one. One day I actually did go and get a cookie. Actually 2 cookies.
Okay.
But I did say I need to actually start to measure my foods. I think you measured out my food one day, as far as my cabbage lasagna. So, you know, she tried to help me with that process. But
how did you feel after eating that? Were you satisfied? Did
no,
you feel?
I wasn't satisfied.
You weren't satisfied, or you were not full?
I was not satisfied with that meal.
Okay, so I measured him a couple. So one of the things probably consider is eating frequently. If you're not satisfied at that time, just eat the meal, chew it slowly, and then maybe an hour later, you can go back for another cup of cabbage lasagna. And we will show you.
I did, actually.
Okay.
I probably did go back and get another cup.
It wasn't another cup. Did you measure a cup?
No, it was like a small amount, just like a little square, a little small square.
So brings me to a point of. So brings me to the point of doing, instead of measuring, maybe you can just simply use a smaller plate. So the standard plate, smaller plate. And you basically, if you're not going to track, at least you know you're getting different portion sizes. Weight loss is 100% mental. And sometimes we just got to change our perception of food. So filling this plate with the food versus filling this plate with the food can make you feel like you're eating more. Okay? So maybe try that. No?
No, because that don't look like a plate.
Okay. Well, it is a plate.
I mean, it like hold like
it's all in the mental behaviors. Speaking of mental behaviors, but for me, with sleep, I didn't meet this goal. I averaged 7 hours. I had wanted to get 7 hours, and I didn't meet that goal. I got 7 hours and 3 minutes a day, and my average bedtime was 11:22 p.m. So that was improvement.
Well, I still ain't want my watch to go to sleep to know what my average sleep time is. But I got like 5.5 hours of sleep per day, some days longer. Poor control with time management probably be helpful.
Okay. Spiritual behaviors. So this week I wrote down 3 out of the 7 days of my prayer. I did watch 2 days of my church services while I was on the treadmill. And actually this week I had spent some time praying with one of my clients who was dealing with some life stressors. So I just took the time to pray with her. And you never know. I always say there's a lot of weight of the world that's on us that causes us to have unnecessary pounds.
Prayed 5 days this week. Pretty much thank the Lord for waking me up every day. And spent time on my Bible app, YouVersion Bible app some, and went to my church's web page where the sermons are uploaded, and I watched several sermons this past week. Okay.
Ditching the diet. Okay, let's talk about ditching the diet.
Yeah, explain to me. I'm trying to learn.
So the topic of this episode, ditching the diet, it focuses on the word diet. We often, when we're trying to lose weight, we say I'm going this diet, I'm going that diet, this fat, juicing, starving. It's a lot of different diets. And so diets typically just don't last. The goal here is to try to change the lifestyle to make it conducive to where you want to be able to lose the weight and to maintain the weight and enjoy it through the process.
Enjoy the process?
That's what you want to do. Find the lower carb and lower calorie alternatives that you can enjoy while losing the weight and not overdoing it.
It's a hard task.
A lot of times we feel, and this is something I actually did this week, compensating for what we ate. So I try to exercise that off. And it can work, but so much, okay? 80% of weight loss is nutrition, our nutritional intake. 20% is about our physical activity. 100% is our mind. But there is no physical or exercise routine that can outdo a bad diet, okay? If you do not change the nutritional composition of your foods, this is going to be a struggle for you. So that's why it is really, really important to make those dietary changes. The couple of bullet points that I wanted to share on this topic is take time in the grocery store to read nutrition labels. I don't go grocery shopping in our household. So the point is to take the time in the grocery store to read nutrition labels. When you read those labels, you want to compare it to what you currently have and choose the better option. So, for example, if you have a Country Crock margarine, okay?
Yeah.
We have Country Crock margarine
Correct.
here. Exactly. And the nutritional label says 1 tablespoon is 50 calories, no carbs, 6 grams of fat, 100 milligrams of sodium. And this is all 1 tablespoon, okay? If you see the Country Crock Light and you see the label says 35 calories compared to the 50 calories, you see 4 grams total fat compared to the 6 grams of total fat, you see 90 milligrams of sodium compared to 100 grams of sodium, and you see 0 carbs. They're both 0 carbs. So, choosing the better of those options, changing your pantry out slowly will make a big difference in what you do.
Yeah, it does. But sometimes, like I said, when you battling it, it's not too much difference. You go with a price that's a little cheaper. So you can have to sacrifice a little bit for us, more money to eat healthier or grab healthier options because they're not cheap, and you try to sometimes buy the discount version.
It's all about perception, changing how you think about food. And that's the motto of the New Weight Loss Center, changing how we think, eat, and act towards food. And that is, he's worried about the price content, but really, are you paying the price later on down the road? So, last thoughts, diets don't last, habits do. Therefore, change your dietary behaviors to healthier ones, and they will last for you. Let's repeat that. Diets don't last, habits do. Therefore, change your dietary behaviors to healthier ones, and they will last for you.
She came up with that by herself.
I did it all on my own.
All by herself.
Okay, guys, so now is the couples challenge. Last week, Jade's weight was 310.4. My weight, 170. Last week was 170.8.
Okay.
Our weights on today, Saturday, was 169.2. I lost 1.6 pounds. And Jay's weight was 307.2. He lost 3.2 pounds. So now, we both lost our goal weights for the week. Jay is to lose 1.3 pounds a week. I'm to lose 0.7 pounds per week. And so we both met there. There is no penalty for us this week. We both come in, of course, you know how we do, with the pot, $20. $20.
No.
That's gonna get cut out. All right. The reward. So this is kind of interesting this week. We didn't have a penalty. We both lost weight. We both lost our weekly goal. Percentage-wise, Jay has lost the most body weight percentage this week. He lost 1.03%, and my body weight percentage loss was 0.94%. Okay? So Jay did win this week's challenge. So he gets the reward. Stop acting like you don't.
I didn't know I won.
You know what? You about to make me mad right now. Because
I didn't know I won.
You spent all day not eating, between not eating the coffee, the exercise.
I won my coffee. I was waiting to drink my coffee.
I weighed in 2 hours earlier than Jay. I went to eat. I was hungry. I was ready to eat. He doing the most. I had him beat by a certain time of day this morning. But I'm going to just let him get his little glory because so it can make his ego.
I didn't know I won. I'm serious. I didn't know I won. I really didn't know I won. I ain't lying. I didn't know I won.
You know what? Good job, Jay. Losing the 3.2 pounds, and I'm very proud of myself for the losing the 1.6 pounds. You guys, you'll see my weight trends. Oh my goodness! Monday morning from the weekend, my weight was way up, and I really had to work extra to get it down. But I did it, and I'm really excited. And you know what? I didn't skip any meals. I ate. as you will see all my foods.
Yeah,
I ate 3 times a day plus snacks in between.
I think I just got.
And I felt very content. Okay, you guys, that is it. That's all that we have for you. Next week we'll talk about physical activity.
Go Hills.
Oh yeah, the game is on tonight, isn't it?
I gotta say, go Hills.
All right. He might have one in there on the weights.
You know what time it is.
But who's winning tonight?
Not Duke. Sorry.
We'll see. Stay tuned, you guys. We'll see you next Sunday at 5 p.m. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please like or comment, share. We appreciate. We want to know what your feedback, your thoughts are.
Put it right there, like that.
Anyway, have a great night. It is Thursday. I'm just getting off work. I am tired, but I did stop to the store because I wanted to make some of my cabbage lasagna. I'm all about something quick. I don't like to slave over stoves. It calls for 1 pound of ground beef. I use ground turkey. Okay, we're going to be using ground turkey today. It calls for 1/2 of onion minced. Okay, that's minced enough for me. 1 clove of garlic, so we'll be getting some garlic from here. 1 medium head of cabbage, which is here. 24 ounces of, it says Rio's marinara, but we're going to do the Classico. 2 cups of shredded mozzarella. 2 cups of ricotta. 1/4 cup of Parmesan. 1/4 cup of Parmesan. And parsley. There we go. All right. So that is that. And I'm also going to add mushrooms. Guys, so I have added the ground turkey. I got the onions and the mushrooms, and I've added the garlic. I'm just going to use some Italian seasoning here and sprinkle it in here as it's cooking. Okay. Bam. Meat is browned and onions are cooked and sauteed in here, and the mushrooms are cooked in. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is add the tomato sauce. Okay, so that's simmering over there, and I have some cabbage boiling here. And now I'm going to go ahead and take it out, the cabbage out, and put some in here and let it simmer down. Alright, so now I'm just stirring in the cabbage here. I'm going to go ahead and make the ricotta cheese and Parmesan topping for it. And then we bake it in the oven. You want the cabbage to really soften up some more. I got like 6 minutes left for this to keep sauteing, and basically it says about 15 minutes or until it's softened. Okay, so yeah, that's looking delicious. I now have transferred the mixture of the cabbage and sauce into the pan, the baking dish, and now I'm going to go ahead and add the ricotta mixture. So I'm just spreading the ricotta across it. So the recipe actually calls that you do this last. I don't really care how that looks sometimes. And it makes it just a little bit, takes it over this dish. So, you know, it depends on how deep your dish is, but this is the dish I have, so that's what I'm using. And now I'm going to add some cheese. This is the final, how the final dish looks before I put it in the oven. And I'm going to put it in the oven for, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes. And then I like to also do a little broil at the top to give it brown. It is full to the top. The cabbage can generate a little bit more water to make it a little higher than it needs to be for the dish, but we'll see. Yeah, just checking on it. So you guys, I put a little pan on the bottom here, so just in case, yeah, it drips like it is kind of over. it'll drip onto the pan. I did keep this in a little longer on the broil than I should have, and so it's a little bit darker than I want to have it, but it looks so delicious. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut some. It is hot, and it says serve immediately, but I'm gonna tell you, this stuff is awesome days later. And remember, it is going to be a little bit watery than you may be used to because of the cabbage in there, but it's delicious, absolutely delicious. So here is my plate. Yeah, but it is a small plate compared to me putting on this plate. You know, let me just transfer it so you guys can see how much it is for me. So yeah, for your standard size plate, flattened out, let me flatten it out so it won't be such a heap. Okay, so yeah, that's it. It's time to go. Hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial on cabbage lasagna. Let me know if you try it.